From the subatomic particles, you have to know also the so-called atomic number, mass number, and the quantum number. So three important numbers are very important to an element. I repeat, the atomic number, the mass number, and the quantum number. Now, for electrons, we have to know the so-called electronic configuration. Electronic configuration, there are around 5 that you could represent the electronic configuration. One is you have the SPDF notation, and then you have the arrow box. Third is what we call the half shell. Fourth is concentric, and the fifth one is the Lewis dot, and commonly used for representing the combination of elements is the Lewis dot. Okay, for the electronic configuration also, we have to take note of the 3 important scientists who are Opbo, Pauli, and Hans. So, based on the representation, they have contributed their concept on this matter. Lesson 4 would be dealing on the periodic table. Nako, this is very important. As I've said, you have to memorize the first 20 elements. And these elements are commonly combined with one another so that it would be easy for you to take the name. So I'll enumerating all the important things about the periodic table. The name, the symbol, atomic number, mass number, electronic configuration, what else? The group number and the group name, the period number. No, I'm preparing the period number. And then the classification, not classification, characteristics or properties of the element. And then uses or the advantages of these elements. Then you may add on other factors. Those are 10 important information that you need to give for each of the element, no? So later or in the next meetings, we'll be discussing on this matter. But I'm giving you the time to be your friend are the elements in the periodic table. Okay, under this lesson also, we have to take note of the development of the periodic table. Again, who are the scientists who help in the development of the periodic table? So we just choose the important, no? We have Berenier, then we have Newlands, Mayer, Moseley, and the most important is Mendeleev. Okay, Mendeleev summarized all those concepts or ideas that the four have given us to make what you will be handling, the one that you're going to use, the periodic table, no? So everyone have seen that periodic table. Okay, and then also under this lesson, we have to know also the so-called periodic properties and trends. Periodic properties are very important for each of the elements. So what are these periodic properties? One is metallic ability. Second is ionization energy. The third is electron affinity. And the last one is ionization energy. Electronegativity. So I repeat, metallic ability, ionization energy, electron affinity, and electronegativity. So we have also to study those properties in order for us to know whether there would be an increase or decrease on the value of these elements without looking or memorizing the number. Okay, those important parts of the periodic table. Okay, and then also, okay, we could now proceed with lesson 5. Lesson 5 is, we may think it's the most tedious or difficult topic because it refers now to the chemical reaction. But because of this chemical reaction, we could say that the formation of product we are using in everyday life, the different products that we have in our everyday life because of the chemical reaction or the products that form by the combination of the elements. So what are we going to have for this? of course, the chemical bonding. So, chemical bonding refers to ionic, covalent, metallic, and hydrogen bond. Okay? So, those are things that we need to know how those form or combine. So, under chemical reaction, we have also to know the chemical formula, the chemical name. Of course, the very important one is the balancing of chemical reaction. Balancing of chemical reaction is important also to have a stability of the compound to be formed. Okay? And then also here, we could know also the types of chemical reaction. No? We have 4 types: synthesis, analysis, substitution, and metathesis. Okay. So, that would be 5, 6, and then we have lesson 7. For lesson 7, it's very important also to know gases. What are these gases? So, remember the kinetic molecular theory, the KMT, and the properties of gas. And then under this, we have the different gas laws. So, we are going to study the common one. We have the Boyle's law, Charles law, Gay-Lussac law, Avogadro's law, the combined, the ideal, Dalton's, and then the Graham's law of diffusion. Okay, we have very important formula that we have to use. The P, which pressure, volume for V, then T for temperature, and the N for the number of molecules for this gas. Okay, so each one of them will be used for a problem solving. So this is the time wherein we are going to make use of your mathematical skills. Just a matter of multiplying and then dividing. Okay, the 2 operations very important for this problem solving of the gas law. And if we still have time, if we can study also the so-called stoichiometry, referring to the small scale or small amount of compound to be used. Again, this is more on than problem solving. So, finding the formula mass or the molecular mass, and then also the percentage composition of a compound, how many percent an element contained in that particular compound. And the last one is finding the empirical formula or the molecular formula. It's different from the formula mass or molecular mass. So, those are the coverage of your inorganic chemistry. So, each topic will be discussed and be given a clear, I may not say interpretation, but explanation, more on explanation, for you to understand, so that it would be easy for you in the future when you are going to teach chemistry. The student would be easy to understand what we call some technical or scientific aspect of this subject. Okay, so that's all for today. So I do hope you have listed all the topics, so we will take them one by one. So see you for the next meeting. So I do hope you like and subscribe this channel.